Hey everyone, and welcome to a deep dive into reimagining retirement.
Yeah,
Let's face it, planning for retirement can sometimes feel like you're trying to climb a mountain with no map.
right.
You're not alone if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, but
Hmm.
we're here to help you navigate this terrain.
For sure.
In this deep dive, we'll unpack some really interesting ideas from financial expert Don P. Baker.
Okay, cool.
We'll be exploring the three pillars of a fulfilling retirement: money, wellness, and lifestyle.
Right.
And did you know that a surprising number of Americans, over half, rarely even think about their lives 30 years out?
Oh, wow.
It's a bit like setting sail without charting a course.
Yeah,
So let's grab our compass and map out a retirement plan that truly reflects your dreams.
I like it.
All right, so let's jump right into the first pillar, the financial aspect of retirement planning.
Okay.
It can feel like a huge question mark, right? I mean, how do you even begin to predict what your expenses will be decades from now?
Yeah, it's really tough.
But Baker suggests a really practical approach,
Right.
carving out dedicated time for financial planning,
Okay.
even if it's just for short periods.
Makes sense.
So even just like 15 minutes here, 30 minutes there,
Yeah.
whatever you can fit in.
Uh-huh.
He also suggests doing some research on retirement plans, scheduling time for financial education,
Oh, okay.
and potentially even consulting a financial professional.
I see.
But what I found really fascinating about Baker's approach
Okay.
is that he encourages us to shift our mindset from this kind of abstract idea of a lump sum to something more concrete: monthly expenses.
Interesting.
He says, think about your current monthly costs,
Right.
then factor in potential future expenses like things like travel,
Mm-hmm.
hobbies,
Okay.
maybe even healthcare.
Makes sense.
So instead of this giant, intimidating number, you're breaking it down into smaller, more manageable chunks.
Right.
And then you can multiply that monthly figure to get a clearer picture of your long-term financial needs.
Yeah, that's much easier to wrap your head around.
It suddenly feels a lot less daunting, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Now, Baker also throws in an interesting suggestion: a fixed indexed annuity
Okay.
as a supplement to your 401k.
Interesting.
Now, this is where things get a bit more nuanced.
Right.
For those unfamiliar with fixed indexed annuities, they offer a unique blend of growth potential and protection,
I see.
sort of similar to the traditional pension plans that are becoming less common these days.
Mm-hmm.
And they can provide guaranteed income in retirement,
Okay.
which can be particularly appealing for those concerned about market volatility.
Yeah, that
It
makes sense.
sounds like a way to create a more predictable income stream,
Right.
which could offer peace of mind in retirement,
Definitely.
especially when you're no longer earning a regular paycheck.
Yeah.
But okay, enough about finances.
Yeah.
For now, let's move on to another essential element of retirement planning that sometimes gets overlooked: wellness.
Okay, wellness.
This is a critical aspect of retirement planning. We often get so caught up in the financial side that we forget to consider the impact of our health on our ability to actually enjoy those retirement years.
For sure. For sure.
It's true. It's so easy to get caught up in that "I'll worry about it later" mentality
Oh, yeah.
when it comes to our health.
Uh-huh.
But those seemingly small choices we make each day
Right.
can have a huge impact on our well-being down the road.
Definitely.
And Baker even makes the point that neglecting these choices could increase the risk of health issues derailing our retirement plans altogether.
Wow.
Imagine finally having the time and freedom to travel the world,
Yeah.
only to be held back by health problems.
Oh, no.
That's definitely not what we're aiming for.
Not at all.
And what's great is that Baker doesn't just point out the problem.
Okay.
He offers some really actionable solutions for integrating future wellness into our present routine.
Nice.
And one of my favorites is his thank you note exercise.
Oh, tell me more about that.
So Baker suggests picturing your future retired self and writing a thank you note to your current self for all the healthy habits you're cultivating.
I like that.
It's such a simple but powerful way to visualize the long-term benefits of the choices you're making today.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I love that. It's like sending a message of gratitude to your future self for taking care of you.
Uh-huh.
And speaking of taking care of ourselves,
Right.
Baker also highlights the importance of making healthy choices easier,
Okay.
like keeping exercise equipment handy
Yeah.
or having healthy snacks readily available.
Makes sense.
It's all about setting ourselves up for success.
Uh-huh.
By removing those small obstacles, we're making it more likely that we'll stick to those healthy habits,
Right.
both now and in the future.
I see.
Of course, it's not about being perfect or depriving ourselves completely.
Yeah.
Baker acknowledges the importance of enjoying life and indulging in treats occasionally.
For sure.
It's all about finding a balance that works for you.
Right.
Exactly. It's about making conscious choices that support both our present and future well-being.
Yeah, I like that.
So we've talked about money and wellness,
Uh-huh.
two crucial pieces of the retirement puzzle.
Okay.
But let's not forget the third pillar, the social and lifestyle aspects of retirement,
Correct.
which can be just as important as the financial and health components.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what really struck me about Baker's take on retirement is that he really sees it as a time of incredible opportunity,
Yeah.
not just like a period of winding down.
Right. It's not just about like sitting on a beach somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about, really embracing this next chapter of life.
Exactly. He actually uses the term second act,
Oh, I like that.
which I think is really inspiring.
Yeah.
He reminds us that retiring can be a time to launch a new business, maybe dive into a creative project,
Yep.
or finally take that dream trip you've always talked about.
Right. Like it's time to finally write that novel.
Yeah.
Learn to play the guitar,
Yes.
whatever it is you've always wanted to do.
It's about redefining what retirement means and making it truly your own.
Yeah. It's like hitting the reset button
Yeah,
and designing a whole new chapter based on what truly excites you.
absolutely.
And let's be honest, who hasn't daydreamed about finally having the time and freedom to do those things?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But Baker also emphasizes the importance of aligning our financial planning with our vision for this second act.
Right.
He asks us to think critically about the lifestyle we envision for ourselves in retirement.
Okay.
Will we be traveling extensively,
Right.
downsizing our home,
Right.
supporting our grandchildren's education?
Yeah,
These are all factors that will influence how much we need to save
for sure.
and how we structure our finances.
Absolutely. It's like creating a personalized roadmap
Yeah.
for retirement, not just in terms of like dollars and cents, but in terms of the experiences you want to have
Okay.
and the impact you want to make.
I really appreciate how Baker encourages us to think beyond just the numbers. It's not just about accumulating wealth, it's about crafting a life
Right.
that's rich in purpose, meaning, and connection.
I agree.
And speaking of connection, let's circle back to that social aspect of retirement,
Okay.
which we touched on a bit earlier.
Yeah.
This is something that Baker really emphasizes.
He does.
And for good reason. You see, research consistently shows that strong social connections are really crucial for our happiness
Yeah,
and even our longevity.
that's true.
But the transition to retirement can sometimes disrupt those connections, especially if our social circles were primarily work-related.
Right. You're not seeing your colleagues every day anymore.
Exactly, and you might find yourself with a lot more free time than you're used to.
Yeah,
It's easy to feel a sense of isolation if you're not prepared.
it is for sure.
But Baker offers some incredibly practical advice on how to proactively combat that potential isolation.
Okay. I like it.
And one of his suggestions that really resonated with me
Yeah.
is reaching out to someone who's made a positive impact on your life.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It's so easy to get caught up in the busyness of life and, just let those connections fade.
Right.
But taking the time to express gratitude and reconnect with people who have enriched our lives
Yeah.
can be so rewarding.
It can be.
And it doesn't have to be this grand gesture.
Right.
It could be a heartfelt email,
Uh-huh.
a phone call,
Okay.
or even just a handwritten note.
Those small acts of connection can make a big difference,
Absolutely, they can.
both for you and the person you reach out to.
Right. And beyond strengthening existing relationships.
Yeah.
Baker also encourages us to expand our social horizons by
Right.
exploring new hobbies and activities.
I like that.
So think about it. What are you passionate about? What have you always wanted to try but just haven't had the time for?
Right.
Retirement could be the perfect opportunity to join a book club.
Oh.
Maybe volunteer at a local charity,
Yeah?
take up a new sport,
Uh-huh.
learn a new skill.
So many possibilities.
I love that. And not only do these activities provide enjoyment and a sense of purpose,
Right.
but they also open doors to new friendships and experiences,
For sure.
helping us build that vibrant social life that's so crucial for a fulfilling retirement.
Absolutely. And, it's never too early to start cultivating these connections.
Right.
The sooner we start, the stronger our social foundation will be when we reach retirement.
Exactly. It's like planting seeds
Yeah.
that will blossom into a beautiful garden of relationships later on.
I love that analogy.
It really captures the essence of Baker's message.
Uh-huh.
Retirement planning isn't just about securing our financial future.
Right.
It's about nurturing all aspects of our well-being,
I agree.
including our social and emotional health.
Absolutely. And you know what really stands out to me as we delve deeper into Baker's insights
Yeah.
is how he seamlessly weaves together practical advice
Uh-huh.
with a more philosophical perspective.
I see that too. He's not just giving us a checklist of to-dos.
Yeah.
He's inviting us to think deeply about what truly matters to us
Right.
and how we want to live our lives both now and in the future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He reminds us that we're not just passengers on this journey called life.
Right.
We're the drivers.
We get to choose.
Yeah, we have the power to choose our destination now, our route,
Yeah.
and make adjustments along the way.
And he encourages us to embrace this journey
Yeah,
with a sense of intention and purpose.
I like that.
It's about taking ownership of our lives and designing a future
Yeah,
that aligns with our deepest values and aspirations.
that's a journey worth embarking on.
Absolutely it is.
It takes courage, commitment,
Uh-huh.
and a willingness to embrace both the challenges
Yes.
and the joys along the way.
It does, but the rewards are immeasurable. A life filled with purpose, meaning, and genuine connection.
For sure. It's interesting how Baker approaches this whole concept of legacy,
Yeah.
It's not just about the material things we leave behind,
Right.
but like the impact we have on the world and the people around us.
Yeah, it really resonated with me too. He encourages us to think about the kind of mark we want to leave on the world.
Right.
And retirement can be such a powerful time to focus on that.
Yeah, for sure. He talks about it as a time to give back to our communities,
Uh-huh.
maybe mentor younger generations,
Okay.
or just be a source of love and support for our loved ones.
Right. It's about recognizing that our lives have these ripple effects
Yeah.
that extend far beyond ourselves.
It's not just about what we accumulate during our working years, right?
Right.
It's about how we use our time, our energy, our experience to make a positive difference.
I love that perspective. It doesn't have to be anything, grand or heroic.
Right.
It could be as simple as volunteering at a local soup kitchen.
Yeah.
Being a supportive friend or neighbor, sharing our skills and knowledge with others.
Exactly. Those small acts of kindness and generosity can have a really profound impact
Absolutely.
on the people around us.
It's about recognizing that we all have something valuable to offer.
No matter our age or background.
You know what's fascinating?
What's that?
Thinking about legacy this way can actually enrich our lives right now.
Oh, how
When we focus on making a positive difference, it gives our lives purpose and meaning. It helps us feel connected to something larger than ourselves.
That makes a lot of sense. Like we're creating a virtuous cycle.
Yeah.
By focusing on making a positive impact, we not only benefit others,
Right.
but we also experience a greater sense of fulfillment in our own lives.
And it's something we can start doing today.
Exactly.
You don't have to wait until retirement to start making a difference.
Right.
You can start cultivating those habits of generosity and service now.
Well said. And as we wrap up this deep dive into reimagining retirement,
Okay.
I'd love to leave our listeners with one final thought-provoking question from Baker's work.
All right.
What legacy do you want to leave behind?
Oh, that's a good one.
What impact do you want to have on the world?
It's a powerful question to ponder.
It is. And the answers just might inspire you to create a retirement that's not only fulfilling for yourself, but also meaningful for others.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this journey of exploration and discovery.
It's been fun.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights from this deep dive and feel empowered to start shaping the retirement you truly desire.
Absolutely.
Remember, it's never too early or too late to start living a life of purpose and meaning.
Well said. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep exploring,
Yes.
and keep creating the future you envision.